Hi, it's me. When I was trying to figure out what I wanted to film today, I realized that the last video that I made when it came to my makeup, it was very eye heavy and I didn't really go into depth on like how I do my base makeup. This is the base makeup that I do when I have a look in mind or I just have enough time in my day to put in a little bit more effort. I also use my Jackie Aina palette, which is a staple. I've had it for about 6 months or so. It's probably one of my favorite palettes, and so that's how I got this look today. If you want to see how I got it, keep on watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment if you want. My Instagram is Asante Marie. You can follow me on Twitter. My link is down below. And yeah, let's get on to the video. Bye. So on a regular day when I am just doing my makeup because I want to and because I can, I really like to make sure that my skin is the part that I focus on the most. Because for me, on a regular day, my eye makeup doesn't need to be crazy. It doesn't need to be anything spectacular. So today is heavily focused on the base of things, which I didn't focus on a lot on my last one because it was a specific eye look. So let's roll. The first thing that I do always is prime. There's a lot of debate on whether primer actually works. Some people like it, some people don't. I love it. So I take my Milk Hydra primer and I just put that all over my face. I already did my brows because I have already filmed recently how I do my brows, and it felt minorly redundant to film it. So I just take my Smashbox Pore Minimizing Primer and I will just put it in the areas where I feel like my pores are the biggest, and I will put them right in the middle. Then I have some pores on my nose. I don't want to put a lot on though because it takes away from the nice dewy goodness that we have going on from the other primer. So the next thing that I do is I'll take a concealer that's light, like a highlight shade for my concealer. This is my Milk Makeup Flex Concealer in the color medium beige, and I will put that in the points that are the darkest that I want to conceal the most. To some people, it seems counterintuitive to highlight the areas that you want to have like covered up, but it's going under my foundation. And because it's going under my foundation, everything will even out in the end, and it won't be like the highlight of a point on my face. It'll just be not as dark as the rest. So inside of my eyes, right here, the outer corner, because I don't get good sleep. And then the corners of my mouth, I've got some discoloration there, and that's why I also take another one that's more my skin color. It's the same concealer in the color medium tan, and this is more my skin color, and that will go also where I have major discoloration. And then any spots on my face that I would like to not be the main focal point. The goal when I do my makeup isn't to pretend that I don't have blemishes, because I do. I also right now am not doing like my full skincare routine because my skin was really sensitized, so I had to stop with cold turkey. And because I went cold turkey, my skin is having a little bit of a moment. You don't have to be very neat with it because it's going under our foundation. Just blend it out. So we're concealed. On like a no makeup day, I would do this and do like a really thin sort of like light coverage foundation, and that would be what I would do. I wouldn't even conceal on top. But we're pretending this is a day where I have the time to go all out. So my foundation of choice recently has been the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Invisible Cover Foundation. I'm in the color Y455. I mean, it's a medium cover foundation that's more like a natural finish. And I'm just gonna take a stippling brush. This is just a regular e.l.f. small stipple brush, and just throw it on the skin, man. I like to do this. I like to apply it with a brush, and then I will use a sponge to sort of shear it out if I want to, and or just make sure that there's no harsh edges or lines. And the best thing to do when you have something that is not full coverage, but you want to get the most coverage as possible, is work in small areas. That way you can really get the most out of your product, and you're not sort of spreading it all around. So that's one side with the foundation, one side with it not. I'm switching brushes. I realize I don't really like that brush right for this. I've got a little bit more texture on my face than I would like, and so I'm gonna use a different brush for the other side of my face. I know on camera this might look a little bit orange, but in person it's pretty spot on for my skin tone. Okay, so I definitely got foundation in my brows, which I'm not happy about, but it's okay. So the next thing that I do is, instead of putting another layer of foundation all over my face because I want a little bit more full coverage, what I will do is I will take a full coverage foundation in the direct middle of my face, just in the area that I want to be, spotless. And my full coverage foundation of choice is the Youre Total Undercover foundation. Just a little bit goes a long way here. And I will dot it on to the areas that I want to have the most coverage, which is really just the T-zone in the middle of my. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my sponge and dab, dab, dab. And in my opinion, that makes the biggest difference. I really like wearing the least amount of foundation as possible, but I also want to look, put together. So, foundation done. Next thing that we're gonna do is concealer. I changed my mind. The next thing that we're gonna do isn't concealer. The next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna do cream bronzer / contour. I learned from someone, I don't remember who it is, and what she does is, instead of doing concealer and then bronzer contour, you contour and bronze first. That way you know how much concealer you need to use. And so when you're trying to look as natural but snatched as possible, I think it's a good idea. So I take my Milk Makeup matte bronzer, and I am in the color Blaze. It's the darker shade. And just a regular brush, I heat it up on the back of my hand, and then first apply it to the cheekbones, the forehead, and a little bit on the jawline. And so this, on some days, I will just do this as my bronzer, and on other days, I will do more bronzer later. I don't know how I feel yet, It just depends on how I want to do my eye look and how intense I want to make that. Next thing that we're going to do is our concealer. My concealer of choice, my Hello Fat Bendy concealer in the color 5. Their shade range is abysmal, I'm gonna tell you that. There's like maybe 7 shades in the whole entire line, and this is number 5. Concerning at best. And then I'm taking my Milk concealer on the outer part, a little bit on the inside, because I want a little bit more full coverage. My memory card was full, so I had to go delete a bunch of stuff and come back, and in doing so I realized that you guys were in way too close. I'm sorry about that. Anyways, so while that happened, I had to powder my face because otherwise we would get all creasy and gross. I powdered here and here because that's where I get creasy, and under eye concealer just needs to be powdered. I use my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder because that's my favorite. I'm almost out. I'm sad. I need to go buy a bunch of stuff, but I just don't have the time. And considering the fact that right now we are under self-distancing, I can't go to the store, so I've just been doing a lot of online shopping. Probably bad, but you know, things and stuff. Anyways, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to do my blush and my highlighter, and that should be the end of the face, I think. Glossier Cloud Paints are really good. If you are a blush lover or someone who wants to get into loving blush, pick up a couple of these because honestly, they are some of the best blushes I've ever used. It's kind of expensive, right? It's like $12 a tube, but in the grand scheme of things, when you look at how much it costs and how much use you get out of it, I think it's pretty worth it. So then I put it on the back of a regular brush and smile. I'm a blush girl through and through. Blush is one of the best parts of a makeup look in my opinion. So I go all in. I use multiple blushes. I use multiple finishes. I go in because I think it just adds so much life to the face. I think I used to despise blush. I used to never wear it. And then about a year and a half ago, I bought cloud paints, and then I was like, okay, so maybe I don't hate blush. Maybe I just really dislike powder blush. And I really dislike powder blush. I don't like it. It sizes my pores and my lines and all of that stuff, so I try to avoid it as much as possible. So I like to put blush on my cheeks, on my nose, on a little bit on my chin, a little bit on my forehead. Brings everything together. If you just put it here, I'm not into it. And then I take ColourPop Roosevelt and warm it on the back of my hand. And I will take the same brush and I will just apples of the cheeks. I will put that on the apples of my cheeks. And that is my blush. As for highlight, today I'm going to use my Hourglass Strobe Lighting Powder in the color Strobe Euphoric Strobe Light. And I just boop, boop. Boop, boop. Bridge of the nose. Nose highlight is a must. If you haven't started highlighting your nose, tip of your nose, bridge of your nose, that little indent right here between the eyes, I know what you're doing. You're missing out on something. You're missing out on something fantastic. It just does something, I tell you. And then right above the brows right here. I don't know why I do it. I just really like it. I think it's pretty. Anyways, you guys should let me know how you're doing with this whole self-quarantine, self-distancing the whole 9 yards. How are you doing with it? Me and my friend CJ are FaceTiming each other doing these workout videos by the YouTuber Chloe Ting, whom I adore. I think she's really great. So what we do is we like wake up and we work out at 9 a.m. every day, and we FaceTime each other and we start the video at the same time and we work out together. And it's a nice way to like stay accountable with each other. And you know, summer body 2020, hopefully it'll be useful. We're hoping, if I'm allowed to leave my room at all. I'm gonna zoom you in so that you can see what's going on, and we're gonna do the eye makeup. Woo! Okay, so I've zoomed you in. Hopefully my face is in frame. I know the mirror is also gonna be in the frame a little bit. Can't do much about it. First of all, use a regular eyeshadow primer instead of concealer, because I'm usually not doing anything that's extremely colorful. And I think today I'm gonna do something red, because I haven't done anything red in a little bit. I think I want to use my Jackie Eye palette because I really like it. So I think I'm gonna do something reddish gold, a little red gold moment. So I'm gonna set the eyeshadow first. Oh, there is sparkle on this brush. Anyways, I'm gonna use the color ginger. I'm gonna put that in the crease. There is nothing really like sitting down with your music on and just going to work and just getting it done. I just poked myself in the eye. I didn't show it because it hurt, but look how much my eye's watering now. That was painful. Give me half a second. Okay, we're gonna leave this eye alone for now, and we're just gonna do this eye. But I'm gonna go in with this one right here. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the same brush. Oh, by the way, this is a Units 205 brush, and I'm gonna go in with the color Supreme. She's a cute little pink girl. And I'm gonna put that on the inner corner of the eye. Edges. This color right here. And I'm gonna go into my crease. I'm sorry, I don't really talk a lot when I do my makeup, and so this might be kind of unbearable. I'm trying to decide if talk-through tutorials versus voiceover tutorials are for me. I get so in the zone when I do my makeup. I don't know how some YouTubers can just chit chat, get ready with me. Let me do my makeup and tell you a story for the day. So I'm sorry if you're watching this and you think that I'm personality-less or something. I'm just getting the hang of everything. The next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm going to take the color Pinker, which is this one right here. We are going to put that in the outer corner, the outer V sort of area. This is my better eye. Heads and tails. Better than the other eye, but it's funny because this is usually my better brow. This is my better eye though, and it just be that way sometimes. So I'm gonna take a smaller brush, a little bit smaller. I'm gonna go in with the color Credit. We're gonna put that right inside there, just for some added depth. Not a lot, just a little bit. Lid. pretty. Okay. And I'm gonna mix pinker and credit together. And I'm gonna do a little bit more on that outside. Ugh. Blend it out a little bit. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my finger. I'm gonna take the color Zam. I'm gonna tap that. We're gonna do the lower lash line very quickly because I'm tired. We're just gonna start with edges all over the lower lash line. And then I'm gonna go in with the color pinker. We're gonna put that on the outer part of the lower lash line. And then I'm gonna take credit right on the lower lash line. I'm gonna go in with the color Soleil, and we're just gonna blend it into, and yeah, I would wear this out and about actually. It's a really pretty look. I'm now going to prime my eyelashes. As I said, I'm not doing eyeliner for this look. I don't feel like it's necessary, especially if I'm gonna do some really sort of thick and dramatic lashes. For mascaras today, I'm going to use my Fenty Beauty Full Frontal and my IT Cosmetics Superhero. Just gonna, I wish I was someone that wore fake lashes more because my lashes are really stubby and not curly at all. The IT Cosmetics mascara. This mascara is going to give you clumpy spider lashes, and I know that doesn't sound really nice, but there are some times when you want a good clumpy lash, and when I have looks like this, I want it to be a little bit, you know, clumpy. And then I'll use this on the lower lash line. For lips today, what should I do for lips today? ColourPop Luxe Velvet Lip. This is in the color It's a Banger. And then I'm gonna mix it with Daily Dose, which is much more orange. And then, now I am a gloss girl, as I said before, so I'm gonna use a So Juicy Lip in the color Big Slice. So I hope that you liked this tutorial. Get ready with me. This makeup moment. I end up really liking it. I don't think I've done something like it before. Also, I don't normally pair red lips with red eyes, but it's sort of like a moment. Don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe, and have a really great day. Call your mom if you want to, that sort of thing. It can get really lonely and it can get really overwhelming, so I know I make sure to like call my best friends, call my mom, call my brother, call my dad, call my grandmas, and you know, take time for myself. And so I hope you do the same, and I hope that maybe this video gave you a little bit of happiness, And I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day, and hope you have a really productive week. I hope my week is productive. I guess we'll know. I'm probably gonna film it if it is. But yeah. Thank you for watching. Have a blessed day. Mwah! Bye.